welcome to Art Sunday. It's a podcast by us which is called Art Sunday because Art Sunday. And so I'm Andrew Samuel, and
This is a podcast,
this is a podcast.
and we are going to talk about something that you guys don't know, or I guess you know, but you might not have discussed with your friends, and we are doing it. We are ahead of you.
So हम चार लोग हैं. My name is Andrew.
I am Joel.
My name is Chirag.
And I'm Anuj.
So मेरा काम म्यूज़िक बनाना है. I make music and I'm an artist. I sing. I sometimes rap. And Joel is my co-artist. And Joel, what do you do?
I am a singer, a rapper. I can play instruments. I can actually play the keyboard, guitar, and the drums. So yes, along with me, Snooze or Andrew, we both.
Snooze is my stage name, by the way.
And my stage name is Jyoti. Sure.
Alright, I am a human. I breathe, I eat food, I just lie around and do some work with my studies and mostly other work that I'm currently focusing on. That is not
Like podcasting.
like podcasting and submitting assignments and
Assignments.
projects. Yeah.
But
on to you.
actually, Chirag, what do you do?
Actually, I am currently working somewhere. Rather not disclose in this podcast. It might be going somewhere viral. I don't want publicity.
You're a born star, my child.
On to you, Manoj.
Manoj.
Yeah, so my name is Manoj and I'm a workaholic person, and currently I'm here in this podcast because I don't know anything what's going to be in this podcast.
Owner, co-founder, Paradox, link in the website.
Exactly.
Guys, do check out my page Paradox and here on to Snooze.
So आज का discussion is going to be on the music industry, mainly the Bollywood or the Indian music industry, but we'll also be talking about थोड़ा बहुत about the influence of Western music industry on our industry as well. But आज हम mainly बात करेंगे music industry in India. उसमें what is going on between commercial music and independent music. What is commercial music? What is independent music? And
What
Also
are
be
our
talking
views
about-
on it?
yeah, what are our views on it and क्या हो रहा है revolving around.
The music industry and
Yeah.
its culture.
So music industry for us as audience and as artists. So मेरा बोलना चाहूँ तो I started making music 7 years ago. So I lost the perspective of consuming music as an audience 7 years ago, and all I did was analyze music, not just listen to it and enjoy it, but I kept analyzing music. I kept figuring out कि इस गाने में क्या हुआ है, कैसे बना है, क्या instruments यूज़ किया है. So for me, pretty much I lost the perspective of an audience, and which made me highly I started criticizing music बहुत पहले से ही. And बाकियों का like आप सब भी बता दो कि when so Manoj and Chirag are not artists,
Yeah, we are
but when they started hanging out
Working,
with us,
yeah.
working with us, they got to know एक artist side का भी perspective होता है on music, which is very different from
How the first draft is majorly different from what the final product is.
exactly
Huge
and like,
difference.
काफी ज़्यादा story behind
Yeah.
making music. So Joel, what is your difference that you noticed as an audience and as a artist?
So I started not making music. I was into music from my childhood. Being born to a Christian family, I was always part of the choir, which going forward I was also the choir master of the church choir. So, but yeah, I've had musical influence basically from all parts of the world. So until then, I was a singer, but not professionally. Then I met Andrew. Andrew, at the moment when I met him, he was pursuing music as his profession. So with him, he inspired me, he motivated me a lot to get into the field. So till then, I was an audience. So I was not professionally into it. So later on, after meeting Andrew, I got the artist perspective, and I realized how different things are, and performing on stage is just another. It's just another feeling that nobody else will get.
Yeah.
You know.
So like what, Chirag, I think तेरे को ये question पूछना बहुत सही रहेगा because तेरा बहुत fresh perspective होगा. So what exactly did you go through, changes that you noticed in yourself?
At a very early stages of my life, music is just a thing that you get entertained with. There's no regarding the concept of किसने बनाया है, क्या है, process किसने किया है, that doesn't matter. Only a good beat, a good tune or good lyrics would be just entertainment for me, and music was good. That was the only perspective I had by far. But after coming here, realizing that there are various genres of music. There's not one, two, there are hundreds of genres of music, and there can be many more you haven't explored or you haven't dreamed of, that कि ऐसा भी गाना हो सकता है, ऐसा भी tune हो सकता है. So being here with these guys made me realize that you can have different perspectives of music, different genres of music, and you can explore them and also like them. Like hip hop and EDM are my current favorites, I would say, because of these guys. It's a totally new different genre than Bollywood, but it's still good. So coming out, music came to me widely and differently than what commercial Bollywood thing is.
Manoj.
Well, for me personally, I guess until I came here, until I met you guys, music was perceptually, I can say, it was just rhyming for me. Like what I was thinking is that if we just can rhyme the words around, you can easily make music. Music is nothing more than that. But as soon as I got with Andrew's music, I met with Monk Lama, I met with Joy, then I found out that music is more than just rhyming. The words just not play around the beats that a producer set up, but it's a lot more than that. Suppose if I'm just writing words down with some rhyming, that it can be converted to a poetry, but for converting it to music, there are a whole lot of things that goes behind it. You need to push it hard, you need to play around beats that can mentally that can attract the audience around there. It has a feel in itself. Every beat, every particular thing that is added by a producer, even a small this sound also, this sound has some meaning to it. That's why it has been added to the music. That all part that I discovered after I came here, when I saw Andrew's project. At that time I got to know, okay, there is just not one beat going behind the music, but there are like 100 of different sounds that even our ears are not able to hear it. But a producer set up everything so perfectly so that it blends in, and we just not able to differentiate what is the difference between every beat that is going behind a particular just words. So I would say that music has a lot of things to explore rather than just hearing out. Like there is a one famous saying in cinema and like film industry, that audience should not surrender itself to movie. Ultimately they should try to understand the movie. That's how music is. You just don't need to surrender to the music, but you need to analyze it. You need to see behind the music what basically the idea is.
That is well put.
Yeah,
well put answer.
See, again I tell you, CEOs have different language. You might not get it.
And yeah, by the way, just adding, Manoj is currently managing Andrew as well as me, as well as one of
His
our fellow
company.
artists, Monk Lama.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's our artist manager.
Glad
Great to have you guys.
Artist
Great to
manager.
humble,
इतना अच्छा
humble
perspective
people
है.
around here, man.
तो ओके, तुम्हारे हिसाब से म्यूजिक क्या है? इज इट अ प्रोडक्ट और इज इट आर्ट? व्हाट इज म्यूजिक फॉर यू? फॉर मी पर्सनली ऑफ कोर्स आर्टिस्ट मैं खुद को बोलता हूँ, तो या
Exactly.
मेरे लिए इट इज आर्ट. Right,
So
and
me
for
being an artist, it's definitely
Joel
art for me.
it will be art.
Yeah.
But Manoj being our manager,
Yes,
you know,
what
his
do you-
job is to sell us and sell our art.
Yeah.
So for him, it might be product, right?
A product, definitely.
Exactly. So commercialization का कॉन्सेप्ट यहीं से पैदा होता है.
Okay.
When there were artists, they made art.
Okay.
But when they were created organizations to distribute that art, it became commercialization, right? So like Google, if I Google commercialization, it basically means what does it mean? Commercialization is the process of bringing new products or services to the market.
So considering music as the product here.
Yeah. So as a thought, as a first idea, as a definition, I don't think किसी को लगेगा हाँ इसमें कुछ गलत थोड़ी है.
Yeah.
तुम आर्ट बेच रहे हो, उसमें गलत क्या है? पैसे मिल रहे हैं.
कोई भी फॉर्म का हो ना, क्या
Yeah.
फर्क पड़ता है. Okay.
Why should I make music like other people and not make my own music, my own style?
Yeah.
I started doing that.
Fair enough.
But that's when I found out मेरा म्यूजिक बेच नहीं सकता है कोई. मेरे म्यूजिक के लिए कोई रिकॉर्ड लेबल इसीलिए नहीं है बिकॉज मेरा म्यूजिक कोई बेच नहीं सकता है. That's when I thought कि मेरा म्यूजिक क्यों कोई बेच नहीं सकता है. What is wrong with my music that it cannot be sold? I like my music.
What
that
it
is
lacks.
what it lacks. Yeah. उसमें कोई ग्रामेटिकली कोई मिस्टेक नहीं है. एवरीथिंग इज इन बीट, एवरीथिंग इज इन स्केल, एवरीथिंग मेक सेंस, बट वो बेच के नहीं सकते. सो दैट्स वेयर आई लर्न अबाउट द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ कमर्शियलाइजेशन. जैसे तूने बोला शाहरुख खान या सलमान खान की मूवी होगी तो कोई देखे बिना जाएगा
बड़े
देखने के
production
लिए.
house से,
एग्जैक्टली. सो दैट्स वेयर आई फाउंड आउट कि इंडस्ट्री में देयर हैव बीन क्रिएटेड नॉर्म्स ऑलरेडी कि भाई ये चीज़ें कमर्शियल है, यही चीज़ें बिकेंगी. एक डेफिनेशन एक बॉक्स के अंदर एक सर्टन गानों को डाल दिए.
उस टाइप के ही गाने ऑडियंस को पसंद है और उस टाइप की रीच
Exactly.
बढ़ाएंगे और कोई रीच नहीं बढ़ाएंगे.
Exactly. So this is what I understood by commercial music, and this is what I found wrong in commercial music. So like, what do you guys think of commercial music? कोई support करना चाहता है commercial music को?
Definitely not supporting commercial music. See, for me, I found out the difference between commercial music and independent artist music as soon as I became an artist. Right before that, it was just, as Chirag said, it was just an entertainment for me as well. So as soon as I became an artist, I just saw the difference, and I personally think the commercialization part comes in when the artist are trying to please the audience instead of working for himself.
Yeah.
What he likes or what he or she likes, what the artist like. When the artist is more focused on what the people likes and what he basically, if the people like, he will receive more money, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I think.
See, I think for liking a music, there are two types of people, according to me. Okay, again, one are those जिनको सिर्फ लिरिक्स से मतलब है. ओके, दे हेयर द लिरिक्स, इफ दे आर मीनिंगफुल दे लाइक द सॉन्ग. दूसरे होते हैं मेरे जैसे जिनको बीट या जिनको बीट ज़्यादा कैची लगे तो दे लाइक द म्यूजिक. एंड आई गेस मेरे जैसे देर आर मोर इन द ऑडियंस, लाइक मेजॉरिटी मेरे जैसे जिनको मोस्टली बीट अगर कैची लगे तो सॉन्ग पसंद आता है. दे पुट इट ऑन देयर लाइक लिस्ट एंड दे हियर इट अगेन एंड अगेन. So catchy beat is one of the reasons why commercial songs get viral, and that's why I somewhere do not support it, but I have to agree I like them.
Yeah.
The another reason being commercial songs have big artists, reputed artists. Not necessarily they might have started with it, but they are somewhere in the game now too. So that is another major factor for it. Like a new artist, if he wants to grow, he might have to start today with commercial music just to grow, and then he might experiment with it. But to grow with an experimental and then create your own audience is quite tough.
So for me, as you already said, ki for me what music is, like somewhere it's a product, right? So taking that point into consideration, I might say that music can be counted as a product. बट यहाँ कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. यहाँ इसलिए कि कमर्शियल म्यूजिक आर लाइक बाय एवरीवन, लाइक चिराग ऑलरेडी सेड. सो इट्स नॉट रॉन्ग. आई गेस commercialization is somewhere necessary, because if an artist is working, what he is gaining? Come on, just coming to a real world scenario, how many artists currently are present in India? according to one data, there are more than like 3 crores of total independent artists, producers, like including everyone who is currently working in music industry, right? So if there are this many people who are working in music industry, what they are gaining? If suppose commercialization concept only is not present in this world, then what would have happened? एक आर्टिस्ट गाने बना रहा है, उसको गेन क्या हो रहा है? वो अपनी पूरी लाइफ, अपना नींद, अपना सारा पैशन सब कुछ लगा रहा है कुछ बनाने में, तो उसको गेन क्या हो रहा है? अगर उसको नेम नहीं मिल रहा, उसको फेम नहीं मिल रहा, then what he is working for? Like, sorry to interrupt, but I have asked like many artists over here that what you work for, like after creating a successful and beautiful music that is liked by audience, or okay, just forget about everyone's happiness, you are happy by creating a music according to perspective of an artist. Suppose if Andrew, if I'm asking you this directly, that for you if music, just for you that music is an art and you are creating it for your satisfaction, right? What after that? Like एक music बना लिया, but कब तक? 5 साल तक you are creating beautiful music, but अगर वो audience तक नहीं जा रहा है, या फिर तेरे के पास name या fame नहीं आ रहा है, how would you feel?
बराबर.
Like what you are sacrificing everything for, your sleep, your talent, your hard work, you are not gaining. If that fame that you are seeking for, then how would you survive in this world?
बराबर.
Right. So for me, commercialization is a good thing, but it has been converted into a mafia gang, if I can say right at this moment. It is basically a gang which is working on their terms, on their demands, which are controlled by some big gangsters who are like the biggest players of the industry. That's why no one new is able to enter into it. So it's like a commercialization is a very good thing and it should happen, but in a way, in a
Just
proper managed way.
Yeah.
But if like me, I've stayed in the US for a couple of years, so saying from that perspective, this might be a controversial topic. I think
it depends. Region to region, it varies.
Exactly. See, in
Commercialization
India,
also
I don't
varies.
think people value music to an extent that people outside value
Definitely.
it. See, for example, if we go to Western hip hop, right? Drake is a very influential artist. Then we have Kendrick Lamar, right?
Yeah.
Drake is a full-on commercial artist.
Commercial
Everybody likes his song. But then there are artists like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar who are not at all into commercial projects, but they
are respected as much.
Exactly,
Even
they are
more,
much
even more.
respected even more than Drake.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
They're like, if you statistically search, you will definitely see J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar on top of the list.
Yeah.
You know, so they value, like, the thing is, the people value new music that are not commercial more than what people
But
value in India.
We can say now that slowly the change is coming up. Like with the younger generation, we can say that people are starting to know the facts about the industry,
that
whether
is-
it's in film or music.
Yeah, that Western
And-
influence has started beginning in our country as well.
See,
So I think
commercially-
that is the main difference. Like that is probably the beginning of this journey, basically.
See, commercialization is necessary for an artist at some point or the other in his career life, but only commercializing his song is wrong.
Yeah.
That's what we do not
So yeah,
want.
you said it's right. You have to commercialize music,
Yeah,
because
of
if you
course.
are going to take that as a profession, you have to live off that profession as well. So at certain point, you have to sell your music. You have to make music that people likes. And sometimes you have to drop your interest and go what people likes. You know.
And for people, money is also validation.
Yes.
That you get, right? Like
fame and money.
money, validation. Because अब अगर तुम आर्ट के रास्ते पे जा रहे हो and
You suddenly strike fame.
and that is something people actually long for.
Yeah.
People it's a package deal. With fame you will get money, but with money you will get restricted. But वो जो gullible nature होता है of artists, उनके लिए they seek validation in every other form, and money is also validation that artists get, because it's basically like वही तुम कुछ अच्छा बना रहे हो, उसका value एक तुम assign कर रहे हो. That is the number.
और तुमको पता चल गया कि ये बना से पैसे मिल रहे हैं.
Yeah.
तो और वो काम करो.
Exactly.
That is the basic human
Right.
nature.
But that's what the problem is. In seek of just money, few artists just distracted from their track of the originality of the music, and now they are just disrespecting the origin of the music, and they are just doing it for money. They are creating anything which doesn't make any sense.
All over
Basically, people are getting inspiration from the wrong wrong artist.
Yeah,
basically,
like people are
Amazing
getting a wrong
point.
perspective.
Yeah, there are
Manoj brought in. So let's jump into examples. जो अभी मनोज ने बोला, people we have noticed who have turned from good artists giving us quality work to commercial artists doing their profession just for money.
Yeah.
So like who do you think? मेरे दिमाग में
Like Badshah, bro.
In the beginning he had good songs, but then later on it was obvious that he was running behind money.
T-Series is generating and making songs only for reels.
So there's these two sides of people hating Badshah.
Yeah.
But what if Badshah is
making some good music and not getting
trap में फंस चुका है जहाँ पे वो म्यूजिक चाहे तो भी निकाल नहीं सकता. There comes brand value, there comes brand image कि एक आर्टिस्ट ने इतने गाने ऐसे स्टाइल में बनाया है और उसकी फैन बेस इस गाने के वजह से बनी है, तो अब उस फैन बेस को फीड करने के लिए दैट आर्टिस्ट हैज टू कीप मेकिंग दैट म्यूजिक. वी रियली विश कि ये चीज और चलता ना रहे, बिकॉज देर आर अ लॉट ऑफ न्यू इंडिपेंडेंट आर्टिस्ट दैट आर कमिंग अप, दैट आर गेनिंग ट्रैफिक. उसके वजह से वी लाइक कमर्शलाइजेशन की वजह से एक बहुत बड़ा चांस है कि इंडिपेंडेंट म्यूजिक भी चला जाए. बट व्हाट इज इंडिपेंडेंट म्यूजिक? इंडिपेंडेंट म्यूजिक इज जब आर्टिस्ट खुद का गाना बनाता है और वो गाना वो खुद ही लोगों को सुनाता है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करता है. It is not funded by anyone.
His or her own understanding of music.
Yeah,
like that is what independent music would
be. Basically, if you take my example, मेरे पीछे कोई record label नहीं है. Like I make my own songs, I upload my own songs, people listen to my own songs. There is nothing, there is no boundary. मेरे music अगर तुम देखोगे बहुत ज़्यादा ही उसमें variations है. If you take any independent artist, you'll see variations, you'll see experimentations. They are not वो bound नहीं है कोई चीज़ से.
They are not bounded to any set.
Yeah, so like what is your एक करके what is your understanding of independent artists or independent music?
See, independent artist, what I guess is ke he has a very different perspective which he brings out to the audience, and he can grab a large variety of audience through his music because he's independent. As you said that इंडिपेंडेंट आर्टिस्ट के पास बहुत सारा वेराइटी ऑफ म्यूजिक है एंड एक्सपेरिमेंटल. सो हर वेराइटी ऑफ म्यूजिक वुड बी हर्ड बाय वेराइटी ऑफ पीपल विच विल हेल्प हिम कैच मोर ऑडियंस कंपेयर टू कमर्शियल म्यूजिक. नाउ कमर्शियल म्यूजिक हैज़ एन ऑडियंस, बट कमर्शियल म्यूजिक का मेरे को डिसएडवांटेज ये लगता है कि वंस यू गेट फेमस एंड इफ़ यू लाइक समवेयर कीप ऑन रिपीटिंग द सेम, ऑडियंस छूट जाएगी एक बार के लिए. बट अगर तुम्हारे पास वेरिएशंस है तो ऑडियंस को भी लगेगा कि हर बार कुछ नया आ रहा है. सो दे माइट वांट एंड दे माइट ईगरली वेट फॉर समथिंग न्यू टू गेट रिलीज्ड बाय यू. दैट इज व्हाट इंडिपेंडेंट आर्टिस्ट इज अकॉर्डिंग टू मी.
For me personally, I can say independent artist is Snooze.
Exactly.
My first artist whom I saw, whom I observed, जिसको मैंने देखा रात भर काम करते हुए with that dedication and everything. So yeah, it was definitely Snooze. After observing him, after observing different artists, after coming into this music line and music industry, I saw that independent artists, what they do basically is just narration. Like we can see commercial music artists also do the narration of thing, but that is not their perspective narration. That is basically we can say scripted things. जो paper में लिख के कोई दे देता है and they like let's work on it, just release it, right? So for me, independent artist at right of this moment is a narration, a perspective of a particular story which is open-endedly given to the audience. Suno or samjho. Now it's on you to how to grab that
interpret
thing. This is just not spoon feeding.
Like narration of is that like उस moment of time के उसके साथ क्या हो रहा था, उसका narration
क्या सोच के बनाया, the real life struggle, the real life stories, the real life ideas that particular artist has put into that music.
So like if I say from my perspective, being an artist, I would definitely say that for me, just as Manoj said, Andrew is the first person who comes into mind when a person says independent artist. Because for example, let's take Ritviz, right? I don't want to say he's a commercial artist, but throughout the years,
he
now
is.
you can now you can see how his works have become very repetitive.
Yeah.
Right. It's the same style on again and again. So I personally have reached that exhaustion point on this. But when you compare it with Andrew, I have heard his music for the last 3 years, and I have seen how he is. How he looks into other variations. Like Andrew does have a particular sound. He has his particular sound, but and that particular sound will be there in all of his songs, but he magically works on it and makes it so unique that no two songs will sound similar at all. So he has that freedom. He is not bound to any rules or any conditions to please others, but he is working for himself. He can do what he wants, what he thinks, and he can directly put that onto the FL what he works on.
Spotify.
Well, right now, Joy, you given a very beautiful example of how an independent artist is converted into an commercial one, right? Like Ritwij, you talked about. So Ritwij was a good artist, was working for himself, but as soon as his 1 or 2 songs got commercialized, he got much popular in India, he suddenly shifted his genre to one particular type of song which was liked by audience.
Yeah, and he was bound to that particular style. So that's why like so many songs after those particular songs sounded very similar. Like there was no difference. Like it started to get boring basically. You know, after a particular period of time, it just gets boring. Like there is no difference. You're basically listening to the same thing.
You will be like, "Pehle acha bana hai,
and people will be waiting for a variation. कि हर बार यही same, वापस यही बना दिया यार. अब कुछ नया. Something new should come out. Right?
So like, what examples do come to your mind? Of course, apart from जो भी जितने भी लोग यहाँ बैठे हैं, उसके अलावा और examples क्या आते हैं?
Like commercial artist or independent
artist?
Independent artist. I can give you one more example, which is Karma. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
His no songs are similar to other songs. Like there are no two songs of his that sound same. He has variations in every single song, and I was actually introduced to Karma because of Chirag. Right? He is a big fan of Karma. So yeah, if you listen to his songs, you can listen how much freedom he has on his work. Yeah, he has so many variation, and it's so unique. Each song is unique.
Yeah, another one can be J-Trix. J-Trix has a lot of variety.
Many of you have not heard of these names.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. So many of you guys have not heard J-Trix or Karma, but many of you have probably heard Divine. You know.
Yeah. Like और भी अगर locally देखा जाए तो there is rappers from Gujarat. There is Danji. There is CI. There is Descent.
There is Agori Music.
There is Agori Music, of course. And there is Pratik Kuhad, who is not a rapper but a singer-songwriter. So we have Pratik Kuhad, and we have Nuclear.
Man,
like,
he is like
legend. He's a legend.
His life story is basically what an independent artist would have.
What in his like old mid.
He faced many challenges not to accept commercialization. Right?
He became famous. Then he went down again and he came back up.
Commercialization and independent music artist and what it is according to each one of us. So Joel.
So for me at the beginning, as I said, always sticking to the independent artist, no commercial stuff. So as I said before, commercial, we are bound to a certain restrictions in the commercial industry, and once you're an independent artist, as myself, I can express things the way I want and not according to somebody else. You know. So that's basically what I want to say.
I would agree with wanting to have commercialness in the music industry only because like somewhere commercial music is also good. It is also necessary, and I kind of like it, so I won't disagree on that, and I would not like to totally just cut it off from the industry. I would like to have it, but I would like audience to support more of the independent artists, like hear their commercial songs, not only the ones you know.
Like I think मैं मनोज के लिए भी I can talk on behalf of him. जो मेरा point भी है ये कि from a artistic perspective, we need to learn to balance between independent music and commercial music.
Yeah,
because see, when you are supported by the audience and basically when you're supported by जैसे मनोज मेरे लिए काम कर रहा है, like he is promoting me as an artist, he is supporting me, तो उसका revenue generate करने के लिए I have to balance my independent artistic integrity and my commercial artist का
basically a give and take situation.
Yeah.
In order to prosper, you have to give up some of your own
artistic art सब कुछ एक जगह, but practicality and reality एक जगह जहाँ पे खाना खाने के लिए पैसा चाहिए. And if you already know something, a craft that you can earn money from, why not earn money from your art?
Basically,
but it just should be in a limited way.
एक balance हमेशा.
If you are good at something, don't do it for free.
Sorted. So jumping to social media and music, how social media is affecting the way music is being made, music is being consumed, and how music is being perceived. So like उसके लिए क्या बोल सकते हैं? Like how is social media affecting music? Manoj is a social media manager, he's a social media expert.
Marketer.
So Manoj, what do you have to say about the influence of social media on music?
Okay, so coming over to that point, I guess awareness is one of the major thing जिसके लिए social media बहुत ही ज़्यादा accountable है. Right, for anything new that we are creating, the first step that we always think about is how to promote it on social media. उसका सिर्फ एक ही reason होता है. The lame audience basically doesn't know that how social media works and they just put out the post randomly. But how it should be actually done is the music, like coming to the commercialization point, वो लोग कैसे करते हैं is like they create a awareness. So उनकी तरफ से जो awareness अभी create हो रहा है, who are producing the commercial music and marketing them, वो एक ऐसा awareness create कर रहे हैं कि trendy beats जो होती है उन पे डांस करोगे तो you will get a good amount of like, a good amount of reach, they are more catchy. तो एक जो local audience है उनके brain में already through social media and other marketing techniques ये एक fit कर दिया है कि commercial musics are somewhere more easy to get, I guess.
Because you get reach.
Because possible scenario अभी वही हो रहा है कि जो independent artist है उनका एक जो thought process है, उनके बारे में जो awareness है, उनके song से related जो underlinings है, like I can say कि मेरे को भी कुछ पता नहीं था about how music is produced, music के artist जो होते हैं उनका एक perspective क्या होता है जो मुझे मिलने के बाद पता चला. तो सोशल मीडिया इज प्लेइंग अ वेरी बिग रोल ओवर हियर. इज जस्ट कि सोशल मीडिया पे अभी अवेयरनेस किसी और चीज़ की बहुत ज़्यादा है जिसकी वजह से जो गाने हैं ऑफ कमर्शियल म्यूजिक्स वो ज़्यादा पॉपुलराइज हो रहे हैं. नाउ स्लोली एंड स्लोली वी कैन सी कि पीपल आर मोर गेटिंग अवेयर ऑफ how the independent artists are doing, how the independent artists are coming up with some great music sense. तो धीरे धीरे जैसे जैसे यंगस्टर पब्लिक आ रही है, जैसे जैसे नए नए लोग आ रहे हैं इन द म्यूजिक इंडस्ट्री, दे आर क्रिएटिंग अ रिवॉल्यूशन एंड वी कैन सी राइट नाउ गोइंग ऑन इन इंडिया एंड ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड. तो जैसे जैसे धीरे ये रिवॉल्यूशन और बढ़ता जाएगा वैसे वैसे अवेयरनेस बढ़ती जाएगी. एंड थ्रू सोशल मीडिया ओनली देयर विल बी वन डे कमिंग अप जब नए आर्टिस्ट सोशल मीडिया पे ही प्रमोट होंगे और सब नई ऑडियंस भी नए आर्टिस्ट को सोशल मीडिया पे ही सुनेगी और फिर उनके स्पॉटिफाई चैनल्स या इंडिपेंडेंट प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे जाएगी.
I guess Manoj covered all of our
he
thoughts.
covered everything that we all wanted to say.
Yeah. So when COVID-19 actually happened, जब लॉकडाउन हुआ था, जब घर पे सब जब घर पे सब nothing, but people were with their phones.
Yeah.
People were
Check
on social media 24/7. That's when people sort of started figuring out social media कैसे काम करता है. A lot of people started growing on social media.
Yeah.
Because तुम अभी real world में बाहर नहीं जा सकते हो, तब पता चला social media एक digital world का क्या importance है. उसको grow करके तुम real world में कैसे impact कर सकते हो. People started gaining information, gaining knowledge about how to promote yourself, and we saw an uproar of people getting famous on Instagram.
Crazy viral
on Instagram during lockdown. And उसका सबसे बड़ा example है यशराज मुखाटे. ये भाई साहब ने कुछ चीजें बनाई है. Basically that guy. So Mayur Jamani. Exactly. This guy and Mayur Jamani and another artist. So Mayur Jamani का जो speciality था, what he used to do is, उस टाइम पे डिबेट्स बहुत होते थे, एंड उस टाइम पे अर्नब गोस्वामी वापस बहुत फेमस होने लग गया था लॉकडाउन में.
He used to take the vocals, the words that they spoke, and cut it into a certain pattern where he would create music with that.
So basically तुम वीडियो देख रहे हो अर्नब गोस्वामी का गुस्से में किसी को गाली देते हुए कि देशद्रोही है, पाकिस्तान चले जा, बट वो उसको इस तरह से
म्यूजिकली प्रेजेंट किया,
कट करके सैम्पलिंग किया, which is the like the technical term, sampling someone's voice and creating music out of it. That's what he did.
And it's not even a full like 3-minute song. It's just 30 seconds. That's it. 30 seconds, 25-30 seconds. That's it.
Only 30-second content gets viral these days.
That's a whole different conversation. Let's not go there. But so that's what he did. And यशराज मुखाटे ने वही किया. रसोड़े में कौन था? It's just कोई तो सास बहू का कोई तो सीरियल था, उसमें कोई एक सीक्वेंस था.
I guess I know that name. साथ निभाना साथिया.
Thank you मनोज. Again
साथिया ने यशराज मुखाटे का साथ निभा लिया.
तो दैट्स अ सीक्वेंस जहाँ पे कुछ तो कुकर बंद नहीं होता है, रसोड़ी में कोई था तो सास आके पूछती है रसोड़ी में कौन था, मैं थी करके वो बहु सवाल जवाब देती है. सो एक उस सीक्वेंस को यूज करके ही क्रिएटेड म्यूजिक. दैट इज मेरे पर्सपेक्टिव से वो जो चीज उसने किया है वो एक 5 साल का बच्चा भी कर सकता है.
See, he is smart in doing that at that particular situation. But it can be done by anyone.
It can be done by anyone. But it was not something जो बहुत ही rare और different था. That was done like US में डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प के स्पीचेस, ओबामा के स्पीचेस, इतने सारे हैं वो ये बहुत सालों से बहुत लोग करते आ रहे हैं. राइट. इंडिया में भी ये बहुत सारे लोग छोटे छोटे आर्टिस्ट जो इससे भी
पहले से
दिस सिस्टम वाज देयर, बट लॉकडाउन में इट गॉट शॉट. इट
somehow it was a lucky hit that just gone viral.
It got crazy viral and उसके बाद से this guy started making music like this. एक के बाद एक पॉइंट आया जहाँ पे लोग खुद बोले कि भाई अब तो ये स्ट्रेट अप घटिया, अब बस कर ले बस. It was funny while it was
funny while it lasted.
But
it's
like
just repetitive now basically.
What happened is, since he became so famous, there were so many brands that started approaching it. YouTube started approaching him for official interviews. So A.R. Rahman released
one interview with
Yashraj Mukhate. Actually, A.R. Rahman came on YouTube for a promotion of his first film that he produced as a producer, and uska promotion ke liye the host was Yashraj Mukhate. So that's how big he got. That is the power of social media. And वहाँ पे भी Yashraj Mukhate was not bound. He was not bound by an organization, but still he had to make the music जिसकी वजह से वो famous हुआ. I started digging into him. मेरे को ये पर्सपेक्टिव था, ये बंदा ऐसे ही टाइम पास में इसने एक चीज बना दिया है, इतना फेमस हो गया, अब आराम से वो बैठा है, पैसे छाप रहा है. But when I looked into him, उसके फीड में बस नीचे जाता गया. It dated back 7 to 8 years जब उसने पहला स्टूडियो में काम चालू किया. So it is now 8 years जब से वो स्टूडियो में काम कर रहा है और अब जाके वो फेमस हुआ. उसके पोस्ट में मैं गया, there were so many beautiful songs, so many original compositions जहाँ पे he is not doing the bullshit of someone talking, some random people talking.
कौन था
Yeah, ये चीज वो नहीं कर रहा था. It was actual original music that he composed and lyric उसने खुद लिखा, सब कुछ उसका था. Nobody knows about it. Nobody is conducting interviews and asking him कि तुमने वो कैसे बनाया. बस सब यही पूछ रहे हैं, रसोड़े में कौन था, कैसे बनाया, ये वो कैसे बनाया, ये आपने कहाँ से आवाज़ उठाया, बस यही पूछ रहे हैं. उसका जो ओरिजिनल वर्क था, ओरिजिनल कॉम्पोजिशन था, उसके बारे में no one is talking about. But on the flip side, there are artists like Siahi and Acharya, जिन लोगों ने लॉकडाउन में they had gained a lot of fame. They are basically Ahmedabad based rappers, hip hop artists. If you don't know, yeah. They are based from Ahmedabad, but they actually got hit all over India. And उसके पीछे का story बहुत बड़ा है, but it happened through the situation that was in lockdown. Because so basically what happened was there's a very famous stand-up comedian called Samay Raina, and he was approached by some people to review a rap contest show that was run by Red Bull, जिसमें CI feature हुआ था. एंड उसका एक गाना तभी नया रिलीज हुआ था which was called 4424.
Okay.
तो उस बंदे को बोला गया था कि रिव्यू ऑल द पार्टिसिपेंट्स इन दैट. एंड व्हेन ही रिव्यूड सियाही, उसने सियाही के थोड़े गाने सुने एंड उसने बोला कि ये गाना मेरे को बहुत पसंद है करके. इन एवरी लाइव स्ट्रीम वो किसी ना किसी को सुनाता था कि भाई ये गाना सुन बहुत अच्छा है, ये गाना सुन बहुत अच्छा है. एंड दैट्स हाउ दे इवेंचुअली बिकेम फेमस.
Okay.
If it wasn't for lockdown, Samay Raina would have continued stand-up as a stand-up comedian, doing shows and earning money. He would have had no reason to start a YouTube channel. So like lockdown के through भी बहुत सारे independent artists ऐसे बाहर आए हैं, एक awareness फैली है through people. Lockdown was the time जब मैं भी अब ग्रो हुआ हूँ, बहुत इतना ग्रो नहीं हुआ, बट मैं जीरो से एक सर्टन नंबर ग्रो हुआ हूँ. एंड आई थिंक इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ लॉकडाउन. एंड लॉकडाउन के बाद एक रिवोल्यूशन किक स्टार्ट हो गया है ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंट आर्टिस्ट. अब पीपल आर नॉट ओनली फोकसिंग ऑन कमर्शियल आर्टिस्ट, दे आर फोकसिंग ऑन आर्ट इन जनरल. म्यूजिक, किसका म्यूजिक अच्छा है, सिर्फ उसका नहीं जो फेमस है, बट बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिनका म्यूजिक अच्छा है. एंड उसके वजह से ही धीरे धीरे इट स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम लॉकडाउन खुलने के बाद मी गेटिंग कॉल्ड ऑन शोज. यू नो, उसके साथ साथ जितने भी लोग मेरे साथ जुड़े हैं, गेटिंग कॉल्ड ऑन शोज करके लोकली वी आर गेटिंग फेमस, लोकली वी आर प्रमोटिंग आवर म्यूजिक. उसकी वजह से एक बहुत बड़ा रेवोल्यूशन क्रिएट हो गया एटलीस्ट इन अहमदाबाद. देयर इज अ फूड कोर्ट कॉल्ड अर्बन चौक, राइट? एंड दैट इज मैं बोल सकता हूँ
crazy viral because of snooze by the
या श्योर. बट सी वो बहुत ही एक हॉट स्पॉट है, प्राइम स्पॉट है इन अहमदाबाद. एंड जिस लाइक बहुत अच्छी ऑडियंस वहाँ पे आती है इन टर्म्स ऑफ क्वांटिटी, राइट? सो वी are the first people as a crew to go there and do promotional events. We did show for them for free and वहाँ पे हमने हमारा चीज़ें promote करना चालू कर दिया कि हमारा ये एल्बम आ रहा है, हमारा ये सॉन्ग आ रहा है, ये मेरा लेटेस्ट सॉन्ग है, ये मेरा अनरिलीज सॉन्ग है जो कुछ दिनों में रिलीज होगा. ये चीज़ हमने चालू किया. And
Speechless out on Spotify, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much for reminding that. And उसके बाद धीरे धीरे बहुत सारे लोग करने लग गए, इंस्टा फनी आदि करके. जो उस दिन जो भी था आर्टिस्ट, दैट गाय केम देयर एंड ही स्टार्टेड प्रमोटिंग कि उसका कोई नया सिंगल आया है, ये वो. एंड सो basically what I'm trying to say is lockdown में as an artist, independent artist myself, I have noticed कि yes, independent art और independent artist का धीरे धीरे awareness और value बढ़ रहा है. People are not just bound by commercialization. उन लोगों के लिए good music and trendy music का जो definition है वो change हो रहा है धीरे धीरे. So like I'm glad कि उस direction में हम धीरे धीरे जा रहे हैं. एक वो जो हमने सबसे पहले एड्रेस किया था कि वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड में म्यूजिक is appreciated no matter what. If it is good, it is appreciated. And that is what is happening here, not on a very great pace, but वो चालू हो गया, वो revolution चालू हो गया.
The movement has begun.
So yeah, like concluding thoughts, एक what would you like to say before we end?
Okay, not coming directly to the concluding part, but as you spoken about Yashraj Mukhate, so not flexing, but I had a convo with him for an interview purpose. So during that time, I also asked him the same question, like why about this music and what are your future goals related to this and what music is to you and why you are performing this kind of stunts which are already has been done by many of the artists. It's just you got a lucky shot and you got famous, right? So what he replied to me, like it was a very beautiful thing that he said to me, that it's not about what I'm doing with my happiness or not. It's just I'm doing this because I know my creativity can bring something new out of anything that I know I have in my surrounding, and that's what he do right now, right? So what he said me is he never intended to become like a very big singer or something like that in his life. It was just he was knowing that he has a good technological sense. He can create something beautiful with any shitty thing you give to him. Like Andrew's specialty is that he can change the vocals like anything. If I also sing, he will just convert that vocal into a beautiful song, right? So that's how the creativity of Yashraj Mukhate was. He can create anything beautiful out of any shitty thing. And right now what his major job is, he promotes creativity. He basically create ads and like बहुत सारे एड्स आपने सुने होंगे, सिप्पी के एड्स, ऑफ ड्रिंक्स एड्स, समर ड्रिंक्स के, एनीथिंग दैट आर बाउंड बाय द क्रिएटिविटीनेस ना, that is also a very important thing in making of music, and that's what I think Yashraj Mukhate is currently doing. So that's how every artist is somewhere born to his or her whatever we can say specialty, but somewhere system just don't allow to cross the boundaries. So concluding over here, my point is that ki social media is also a beautiful place where new artists are getting famous. The local brands, the independent artists from different regions of India, they are currently gaining slowly, little by little, but small lights on them, and people are knowing that okay, someone from that place is doing something. Underground rap artists are getting famous. But it's just a matter of time when all the big bullies of the industry will be destroyed once everyone will be aware, and then we will be again on the real music industry and we'll be listening to music like of 90s. The legendary songs will be produced again, but in a different genre.
I guess it will be 20s now.
Yes, it will be 20s, right?
So definitely music. Definitely, and just because of lockdown and also due to the Western influence, that revolution, that movement has begun, and hopefully in the coming years, we'll
listen to something great music.
We'll listen to more unique. Definitely, brother. We'll listen to more unique music and not just things that just gets viral for
no reason.
For no reason, basically.
See, for what I would like to conclude is that social media is currently a platform for artists to get fame, but it is still very commercialized. Like बहुत बड़े बड़े artists भी होंगे ना, तो वो भी at a very moment would try to use and select songs जो already trend में. I guess if they try to change the trend, like using songs with artists like Snooze or Joti or Monk Lama, that would help get reach more.
Like basically, if people who are in control and who are in power, if they will,
they lead the correct way.
If they are ready to get into the underground music scene, and if they help these independent artists
to grow,
then definitely yes.
So I guess if that change is acquired, I guess independent artists will get a good reach on social media,
and I'm sure that in the coming years that a huge change will come.
And I guess the artist itself, they themselves would be a leader that would lead the correct way.
Right.
You both growing up and showing the correct path would be more viable option than others showing it.
Like because ये जो चेंज है जो अभी हो रहा है, बिकॉज हम वो ट्रांजिशन पीरियड में है, वी आर नॉट, हम वो ट्रांजिशन क्रॉस नहीं किया अभी तक हमने.
And it's not that we have to do it. There are already people who have done it. For example, Nuclear. He has done it. He has shown people.
But he needs more support like you guys. That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
So guys, please do support us.
So this was our podcast. आज Sunday है. This is me, Andrew, signing off with
Joti, Joel Thomas,
Joti in the house,
Chirag
and Manoj.
आज संडे है, असाइनमेंट हो गया.